Something breaks, we throw it out, we don't think about it again. I, on the other hand, really try and take every opportunity that I can to fix something and actually make something work that shouldn't work according to today's standards. This is one of those times right now. We've got a 2007 Honda Civic here. I was under the original impression that this car simply needed an input shaft bearing, which is a fairly common repair on a Honda. Right now, here we are looking at the manual transmission that we've just removed from this car. Now, we were expecting the bearing that is located inside of there to have failed. What we discovered was a massive problem with this transmission. This is the shaft that supports the release bearing, and as you can see, it's moving back and forth. Well, unfortunately, that is not supposed to move back and forth. That is supposed to be fixed to the body of the lower case of the transmission. This transmission has failed. Now, why did this happen? Well, I can only assume that the bearing that was inside of there went bad, and the person who owned this car previously kept driving it and driving it and driving it and never dealt with it. And this shaft slowly started to walk around as it was no longer contained by the bearing, and it eventually caused this to break, as it was probably rubbing. So we're going to go take a look in here right now, and this is actually the crankshaft of the vehicle right here, and that part of the shaft, the input shaft, sits in this hole right here, this little pocket right here, and there's a bushing in there that is replaceable. So we just simply ordered a new bushing, figuring that bushing would do the trick, because it had been worn out by the shaft on the transmission that was walking all over the place. Problem being is this is a pressed fit, so this is supposed to sit in there snugly. You're supposed to just tap it in with a hammer, but as you can see, I haven't even taken it out of the package yet. It just kind of falls in and falls out. That is a major problem, in as much as the crankshaft here is now damaged. So while we can throw this piece out, throw the transmission in, throw it all back together, send it down the road, in 3 or 4 years this car would probably be coming back with another failed transmission. We cannot buy an oversized bushing from Honda, so we're going to have to make one. So we're going to use the new part of this as the guide, as well as we're going to calculate the bore of what we got to deal with there. I'm going to grab my vernier, I'm going to take some notes. Here I headed over to a metal shop, and I grabbed a piece of, albeit very large, but some sintered brass. Now, you need to understand that I am most definitely an amateur machinist. The actual measurement that we want is 24.2 millimeters. We're going to just bring it down to 25, which is approximately 1 inch. This stock brass piece was 1.5 inches, so I got a fair amount to cut down. So, all right, so I'm within 0.5 mil. I'm at 24.9 right now. On my goal was 25. I'm 0.1 under. I'm going to work on the inside bore right now and try and get that one dead on to where I need it to be. And then I'll go back and remove the final 0.4 of a millimeter that I need to get off. I'm going to give this while it's still in a lathe, and before I cut it off, I'm going to give it a little bit of a chamfer just to try and help me get it started. And when I'm tapping it in, I'm going to use what's called the live center here to try and, now that I've got the inner dimension reasonably accurate, I want to use it as like an indexing point so that I can get the outside close. And by using this live center, so the center of this piece right here actually will turn with the unit. And everything clear. Yeah. The reason for this is so that it doesn't walk as I'm trying to cut the outside. Now that I have the inside done, I want this shaft to stay fixed. That's the whole point of that right there. got a piece. A little bit, but not too bad. Bushing driver, hammer. Let's go give it a try. Got my tapered edge. I don't think that could have turned out any better. I'm happy with it. Anyways, thank you for watching. Jordy thanks you.